So this morning I made $27,839 and I took actually three trades actually on SPX. Now you could have traded SPY as well and still make roughly the same amount. In order to make this money, I probably risked maybe about $3,500, $4,000, but that's not the cool part. Now when I say 4,000 was not my position size. 4,000 is the risk. The position size was a little bit bigger. All right. Just when you see some other people make big money, you need to ask yourself, what's the risk? But what I'm about to share with you is the strategy that you can use in order to get the results like this. Because today the market was meant to be shut. The bond market is shut. The banks are shut because of the Columbus Day, but the stock market was open and I kind of had an idea or a realization over the weekend. I was back testing. I knew the market can be nicely trendy because of these certain factors and everything. I'm about to give it to you right now. So on last Friday, what happened? We had the big market drop on last Friday. Just check this out. The market just had a huge move towards the downside. And that was just because of the one reason, which is Trump came out and said, fuck China. And that made the market go down. But then over the weekend, they kind of had a little bit, had a conversation. Two presidents had a conversation and they were like, okay with whatever. And the market had a big rebound. Literally, like this Tesla went from 400. Now it's trading at 435. Or when you look at SPY, it closed around the 646-ish mark, or the after hours went 646, actually opening around the 660 mark. That's a $14, $15 move up. So I kind of had this idea that we are going to make a decent move in the pre-market, and we did make a decent move. But the second thing that I knew was because the market has already made such a huge move in the pre-market, we can get into nice rejections or bounce plays, because that's how the market overall works. Now, if you guys do not know me, my name is Sumesh and I've been trading for about 8 years now. And the reason why I make these type of videos is because I want you to make money from these videos. And then in order for you to level up, like let's say these videos can take you to about $500 a day. But when you want to get to $5,000 a day, that's when you need to jump in my mentorship. But my goal is to initially first help you make so much money. So you're like, you know what, man? That dude knows what he's talking about. So let's get to it. Now, I was watching SPX chart. Now, first most important thing you need, whenever you're trading SPX, you need to watch SPY's chart. Whenever you're trading SPY, you need to watch SPX chart. They both are sister stocks. I watch them both when I'm trading either or. So that means SPX and SPY should always be on your watch, because whenever you're trading Apple or whenever you're trading Amazon, SPY is literally the father of Apple or father of Amazon, or literally the big daddy of all the big names. You see, because it's the top 500 companies all put together. Now that we know this, once we have this SPX play set up, what do you need to do? What do you need to pay attention to? The setup that we are watching here is called, or a little bit you can kind of say it's a basketball setup, but it's a basketball advanced setup. Now, what's basketball setup? Basketball setup simply means when there's a $50 mark sitting on your SPX chart, every $50, $67.50, $6,700, $66.50, every $50, that's usually +2 or -2. But the advanced makes a little bit more confluence based. I'll explain in a minute. So essentially what we do here is if the prices are pushing towards the upside, you can look for a play towards the downside. That means you can make a bet that the prices can push towards the downside and make money when the market goes down, which I am pretty sure most of you all do not even know you can make money when the market goes down. Yes. Now, basketball setup is just this, and it pays absolutely wonders, especially if you know what you're doing. The second thing that you always need to watch is basketball advanced, which is a little bit just a advanced topic. Advanced topic simply means you need to pay attention to confluences here. Confluences simply means when there is more than one reason for you to jump into a trade, that's called a confluence setup. Now, what does that mean? That means when you're trading SPX basketball, that means every $50 mark, you're looking for some sort of rejection. But at the same time, when this is happening, on SPY, there's a critical level sitting at the top. On QQQs, which is top 100 companies, or top whatever companies, the tech companies, all tech come together, they have a critical level sitting at the top. Both of them have a critical level sitting at the top. If both of these went at the same time while we look in SPX, Bro, there's such a huge confluence that the price is going to make a nice move towards the downside. I am just looking forward to that. I just want to catch that move so I can make some money. That's just me. Okay. And that's exactly what we did today. And it was such a sweet, such a sexy freaking move. Now, let me explain, break down the trade for you. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the replay feature. And now, yes, I understand some of y'all might be like, yeah, it's easy to talk after the setup has already been done. Bro, no. All my people were catching these plays live with me. I mean, just check this out. Put a video somewhere on my screen right now. What a beautiful move on this SPX. We caught this entire move towards the downside. If you guys took this play, yo, say fuck yeah in the chat, everybody. All the motherfuckers thought the market's gonna be shut today. Bro, these people still sleeping and we fucking riding their future. That's what's up, you see? Come on, man. Fuck. Look at that profit taking right at the bottom. Bro, that's it. There ain't any other group like me. That's it. This is the best fucking group ever. Right? Fuck yeah. Absolutely insane. This is them making this money within just one trading day because they're watching my screen in the real time. And now if you can come watch my screen in the real time as well, check out the first link in the description box below. Hey, let's make some money. Now what basically happened is 66.50 is sitting right here. Right at this levels, this is 66.50. Now, what happened? Prices are pushing towards the upside. At the same time, we have on this, what's happening on the SPY. SPY has a pre-market high approaching. Now, in my brain, I'm just looking at, I'm like, okay, if SPY, let's put SPY chart here. Let's have QQQ chart here. And let's have SPX chart here. In my brain, I'm just thinking, okay, we have broken above the 66.50 because 66.50 is level here. We clearly broke above it. Sweet. Prices still looks like they want to get to this, the pre-market high level on SPY, pre-market high level on QQQs. But based off of the advanced basketball setup, based off the advanced, a little rejection play that we're looking at or a reversal play that we are looking at, if the prices do end up rejecting around this pre-market high, that's when I will be looking at a play on SPX. But I want to see some sort of reject happening first, right? If the reject doesn't happen, it pushes, then I'm never going to jump in. I'm never going to jump in SPX. But if the reject starts happening here, prices start pushing toward the downside. And then if the prices of SPX starts coming toward the downside and breaks below the 66.50, which is my huge whole number that I'm watching, I'll be catching this move towards the downside. That's the simple, essentially the setup that I have in my head. Now let's see what happens on the next 5-minute candle. Check this out. Prices went to the pre-market high, I'm still waiting for my SPX setup to actually the main place to jump in. To be honest, I did get in a little bit. I was in the trade. It never hit my stop loss, so I stayed in the trade. I got in the trade the moment 66.50 broke towards the downside. If I go on a 1-minute chart, you might be able to see a little bit detail. As you can see right here, prices did reject off the pre-market high, and it broke below the 66.50. So I decided to jump in, and I am literally waiting for the ORBs or the VWAP as a profit target. But the price is quickly reclaimed, and I told myself that my stop loss is going to be a new high of the day. If the price is made a new high of the day, essentially what I'm doing is I'm risking this for a potential move of this. That means I'm risking like $1 to potentially make like $3 at this stage. So I was pretty chill. I wasn't stressed. That's the best word. All right. But I'm also looking, if it rejects again, then I'm going to add to my position size and make even more money. So what basically happened on the next candle is we started pushing towards the downside. In my brain, I'm like, okay, there's only two ways how this can go. One, it continues nicely towards the downside. Second, it gives me another entry, and at that entry, I will be able to add to my position size. That means I'm not gonna, I've been trading for way too long. I'm a professional full-time day trader. Okay, that's exactly what I posted on my social media today as well. And this is something that really, if you think about it, private elevators, private chefs, fast cars, expensive watches, retired parents, retired wife, millions in the bank, that at the age of 26, that doesn't happen by luck, that happens by hardcore discipline day in and day out. So I'm not jumping into a trade just because I have emotions coming into the... No, I'm already in the trade. That's okay. If I see another setup, I will look for another entry. Otherwise, I'm chill, right? And that's exactly when I saw this move towards the downside. I'm still in the play. I'm printing. But then I saw this next candle. Changed everything. What happened on this candle? We broke below this level, 66.50. went back, retested this 66.50 level. Now what happened here? It's a basketball setup pretty much in reverse. Pretty much in reverse. And I told myself, I'm like, okay, this looks really, really good. You know what? I'm about to jump into this play. I'm about to add to this trade. And my stop loss is literally so small. I'm adding to this trade. And if it can get down to the VWAP-ish or the open prices, it can be really, really nice. The open price that I have on SPYs here, open price that I have on, now you might be like, what's open price? Bro, open price is literally the first very print of the day. The first print of the day on any big names that you're watching, that becomes a solid support or resistance level, whatever the case it may be. So I had the open price sitting here, open price sitting here, open price sitting right here, and that's the open price of the particular name that I'm watching. And I'm looking for confluences. This is a confluence play. Confluence is more than one reasons when you look for a jump into trade. Now I have an indicator that draws the open price for me. So what you can do is just go to this indicator tab and search open price. Okay. Once you hit this open price, this first open price, but discount rate, just click on this and change the settings to exactly this. Daily open, visibility only on minutes. That's it. That's all you care about. All right. Once you have this, this is what happened. I added to the trade. I told everybody in the chat, I'm like, add to this trade. This is the perfect time that you can add to this trade. Guess what? Big move towards the downside. It hit my open price. Check this out. Hit my open price. Beautiful profit taking that we had. Right? And now I'm like, okay, we have taken some profits, made such a huge move. Bro, it's a $25 move down. And on SPX, on same day expiration contracts, these, you know, this paid. So I had one trade here, the second trade here, and the third trade that I had is I'm about to show you now, because I took some profits. And then I added a little bit more the moment the lows of this previous candle broke. I was expecting the QQQs will break below this low as previous candle low, and it can push down to low of the day. So I added here. And the moment the way this candle closed, I decided to jump out of my add position, and I lost like 4 or 5-ish, I think 400 or something per contract, because the contracts were a little bit pumped up and had 10 contracts, so like kind of 4,000. So I'm up like whatever money I'm up, I would have been up extra $4,000. But it is what it is. It's a risk that you take, right? Anyway, that became the price point where everything turned around. So imagine if I would have ignored this candle and held on to my final position. I would have been getting cooked. You know why? Because I let emotions control the picture. I don't do that. I pay attention to the candlestick structure. The candlestick structure simply tells you here, at one stage this candle was fully red. Fully red. But by the time this candle closed, it kind of looks like this. Now, who pushed the price towards the upside? That means this is the buyers pushing the price towards the upside. That means all of a sudden, especially at a critical level, we have had buyers come in here. We have buyers coming in here. I was like, you know what, man? I am not getting greedy. It is what it is. I am taking it off. Yes, I did lose a little bit of money, but I'm looking at the bigger picture, how much money I made on the bigger picture on the whole day. This is one mistake that people make. They get so caught up into just like little nitty gritties, and they forget that, hey, it's not about just making money on this particular trade. It's about making money on the whole entire day or entire week or entire month. That's the game I'm playing. I'm playing the entire day game. You see what I'm saying? So I took 3 trades in total, 2 of them big time green. The third trade, is it even red? Is it red? No. Why do I not consider that trade as a red trade? Because it's a bet that I took. And what happened? I took the same bet here. It paid. I took the same bet at the top. It paid. It's the same bet that I took. And sometimes when you have a risk, sometimes instead of actually getting to the reward, you lose the risk. But if there's no risk, there's no reward. Bro, you can't, hey, a lot of people want to go to heaven. A lot of people want to go to heaven, but not a lot of people want to die. You have to risk the money in order to get the reward. And if you risk the money, you deserve the reward. You understand what I'm saying? And this became my absolutely beautiful banger of a trade. And overall, the market got back into this chop whole entire day so far. And this is called price action based trading. And you do not need to stick around whole day. Bro, we were done trading within first 1 hour of the day. 60-minute trading live. How good is that life? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments down below as well. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. Goodbye.